Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our e-Gurukula sessions, and today is Wednesday. We have a Krishna Lila discussion. So many people like to hear some nice stories, want to watch some nice thrilling movies, gives a lot of thrill and entertainment. But unfortunately, all these things are not the a solution for finding entertainment. These things, they entangle us. They give the false entertainment. It's not a reality. What we watch in the movies, it's not a reality things what is there, right? But then when we come to Krishna Lila, when you read Ramayana, when you hear about Mahabharata, when you see the Srimad Bhagavatam episodes, these are the facts. These are not just false stories or things like that. And most important, although we may not like so much, although there is nothing to be not liking, it's all filled with the thrill, fights, everything is there. And most important, it is uplifting us out. It is enlightening us. All other things is entangling us, but these things are enlightening us. So enlightening means it is making us a good personality. It is making us our character good. It is making our life better, and it is ultimately making our human life perfected, for which our human life is given. So that's why it's for our own good interest that we take time out and then learn about this great work, literatures. And Srila Prabhupada has given us this Krishna book. The activities about directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So let us begin with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanutam He Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine He Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shubhanu Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhubhyecha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vishnavebhyo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaurabhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna. So let's begin. So before Janmashtami, we were at this chapter. Krishna delivers the Muchukunda, the deliverance of the Muchukunda. So we'll just read the last paragraph so that then we connect to the next chapter. Reading from the book Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chapter 51, the deliverance of Muchukunda. We'll continue that. So after having a dialogue with Muchukunda and Muchukunda expressing the desire, that he don't want any material benefits. He doesn't want anything. And then Krishna says, I was testing you. Yeah. So, but then you pass the test. You're not, yeah, see. My dear king, you all are able to see the book? Is the book is visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Krishna is telling here, my dear king, Lord Krishna continued, I offered to give you any kind of benediction just to taste how much you have advanced in devotional service. Now I can see that you are on the platform of pure devotees, for your mind is not disturbed by any greedy or lust desires of this material world. So can some of you give some examples where the devotee expressed his desire that he doesn't want anything? Lord was ready to give many benedictions and things and all, but the devotee expressed his desire that he doesn't want anything. He just want to serve. Any examples?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes, very good. Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj was also asking. Hiranyakashipu proposed, but sorry, Lord Narasimhadeva, after killing Hiranyakashipu, he proposed to Prahlad Maharaj. I am so pleased with your devotion. Ask anything you want. Prahlad said, I am not like a businessman that I am doing a bhakti to get something. So many people worship gods so that they want their desires to be fulfilled. People worship Durga, Ganesh, Shiva, right? So many other gods people worship. Even they come to Krishna also. So main purpose is what? They want to have their material desires to be fulfilled. So at least it is good that they come to Krishna. But going to other gods, it's not a right thing. So, here Jashitpur is writing Dhruva Maharaj also, correct. Dhruva Maharaj was also been going with the material desire. But beauty is what? Prahlad Maharaj, he never asked any material things. Dhruva Maharaj went with the material things, but what happened?
I was finding a piece of glass, but I found a diamond.
I was looking for a broken pieces of glasses. That is like a material desires, desiring a kingdom. So in our case, how it will happen? Many time in our home, parents they bring some things, or may not be parents. Our neighbors might have brought some nice things, or we might be seeing some other our friends or somebody has got a new models of some mobiles or some devices or some things. So then what our mind says, or sometime in the home some relatives comes, and generally for a children's the relatives and all, they know, okay, fine, he wants something, I'll give him. And then I have seen also, I had also gone to some family functions also. They will take the children outside to the shop or something, ask them, do you want some chocolate, do you want some things, So if our mind is not a proper, then child will always long, oh yes, uncle, you come, I want chocolate, give me that pen, I want these things, So the want means what? Want means I want to enjoy. Whether you get some things for yourself or not doesn't matter. Whereas bhakti means what? How I can serve you. I want to please you. So when the guest comes home, it's not that we use the guest for getting our desires fulfilled. Good uncle, you came. I want that pen, I want the chocolate, I want these things. No. The guest should be served. We are the host and they are the guest. So we should not expect or we should not demand from the guest that, okay, now they will give me some pocket money. They will give me some things and all. Or even if they give some things and all, what we should do? Yes, sometimes.
First offer to Krishna.
Okay, we should offer to Krishna. Very nice. Anything more? If the relatives. Yes, what?
If like are not Krishna consciousness, like.
Sorry?
But to hand over to parents.
Initially, we should say, no, I don't want. That is the first step. But later, if they give and all, so then you just return to the parents. Because we are getting from parents, we should give back to the parents. Then the relatives is, oh, very nice. This person is, although he gets some things, but and parents also understand. So yes, Child is getting the pocket money or some things from the relatives they're giving him, but he's not keeping himself. He's giving back. So otherwise, what happened? That desires turn into what? The greed, wanting more and more, get something more, get something more. That's not it. So here, Lord Krishna is personally giving directly to Muchukunda full offer. Ask anything you want. But Muchukunda did not ask for anything. He just wanted to serve the Lord. And then Krishna said, yeah, I offered you any kind of benediction just to taste you. But now I know that you are advanced. You're on the platform of a pure devotee. So many things will come in life, but we should not get carried away. Our focus should be Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Ekeha Guruna. One pointed attention that I only want Krishna. Later we'll get a very good education in your life. You'll become an engineer, you'll become a doctor, you'll get a very good package, you'll get a lot of salaries, you'll get a good home. Or in case if you get married, you will get many nice relatives, wives, children. Or even if you come to the temple as a brahmachari, here also you get many facilities and things. But our goal is what? Not to enjoy with these facilities or things. Whatever is coming, use it in the service of the Lord. We are a servant. We just want Krishna. That's why even if you go to spiritual world after this body, before going to spiritual world, what comes? Our one teacher was telling, before going to spiritual world, what comes? Anybody knows?
The plane from like that.
Huh? What?
The Vimana.
No. By Vimana only we'll go to the spiritual world. But what comes before reaching to spiritual world?
Heaven.
The heavens are there. Then you have to pass through Indralok, Janalok, Tapalok, Mahalok, all these things. Heaven, different heavens you have to go through. And then suddenly if you felt a desire, oh, let me just go and see how beautifully they chant, dance, or instruments they play, Gandharvas, Apsaras, nice gardens, Nandanandan gardens of Indra. Then the Lord will say, okay, fine, you go there, fulfill your desires, then you come. And again, the risk will be there, we remain in time. But then our teacher was telling, we should simply close our eyes and chant Hare Krishna. So you need not to see anything else or get distracted. So that's why, so of course, we have to develop the desire here only. This is how we get with the things, small things, and later how we see. So Shubham Puru is lighting, not like a Bahushaka focus, but Ekeha Kurunandana focus. Yes. So this is a Muchukunda's wonderful conclusion. Yeah. Here Prabhupada writes the example. It has been seen in the several cases that as soon as there is an allurement, such yogis again come down to the material platform. The vivid example verifying this statement is a Vishwamitra Muni. Vishwamitra Muni was a great yogi who practiced pranayama, a breathing exercise. But when he was visited by Menaka, a society woman of the heavenly planets, he lost all control and begot in her a daughter named Shakuntala. But the pure devotee Haridas Thakur was never disturbed, even when all such allurements were offered by a prostitute. So Prabhupada compares the devotee of the Lord, his focus is only Krishna. My dear King, Lord Krishna continued, I therefore give you a special benediction that you will always think of me. Thus you will be able to traverse this material world freely without being contaminated by the material qualities. So Krishna is now giving a benediction. Krishna says that we should always remember him, but that ability now Krishna is only giving. This statement by the Lord confirms that a person in true Krishna consciousness engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord under the direction of the spiritual master is never subject to the contamination of the material qualities. So when we are in Krishna consciousness under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master, then one will not get affected. My dear king, the Lord said, because you are a Kshatriya, you have committed the offense of slaughtering animals. both in hunting and political engagements, right? Where Jashitra was asking about Pandavas. So see here, Krishna is telling to Muchukunda also. Although he's a Kshatriya and he's supposed to taste on the animals, his Kshatriya abilities and all, but the sin is incurred. So to become purified, just engage yourself in the practice of Bhakti Yoga and always keep your mind absorbed in me. Very soon you will be freed from all the reactions to such sordid activities. In the statement, it appears that although Kshatriyas are allowed to kill animals in hunting, they are not freed from the resultant contamination of sinful reactions. Is that answer your question? Therefore, whether one is a Kshatriya, Vaishya, or a Brahman, one is recommended to take sannyas at the end of life, to engage himself completely in the service of the Lord and thus become freed from all sinful reactions of his past life. So why sannyas is compulsory? This is the reason. Because throughout our life in various professions, as a Brahmana, as a Kshatriya, as a Vaishya, whatever profession, some kind of sinful contamination is there. But then when you take a sannyas, is exclusive dependence on the Lord. There is nothing else to do, give and take with the world. Although we might be in the world, but we are completely dependent on the Lord and we are completely dedicated to the Lord. So then that all things will get purified and then at the end we'll go back to mind. The Lord then assured King Muchukunda, in your next life, you will take your birth as a first-class Vaishnava, the best of Brahmanas. And in that life, your only business will be to engage yourself in my transcendence. So Vaishnava is always a first-class Brahmana because one who has not acquired the qualification of bona fide Brahmana cannot come to the platform Vaishnava. So Vaishnava doesn't come in the category of Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but because he's beyond that. He's the topmost of that system. So many times children ask, what do you want to become in your life? Teachers, they ask, parents, they ask. So somebody say doctor, engineer. We should say, I want to become a Vaishnava. I want to become a devotee of the Lord. So our teacher, when he was there in his school days, he was asked by the teacher. The teacher was asking all the children. So when the term came for him, everybody was telling doctor, lawyer, engineer. So that our teacher, when he was in his school days, he said, I want to become a sannyasi. And the teacher was shocked. He said, Arey, why you are speaking these things? Don't say like this, say something else. Then that student, means our teacher, he said, if not sannyasi, at least I want to become a brahmachari. So very rare souls, this is such kind of, even we were also there before coming to Krishna consciousness, we can check. Many of us, we had our aspirations. I want to become engineer, I want to earn a lot of money, I want to become rich, I want to go abroad. And we have, because we're in the material world, we get these ambitions and desires. But at least now knowing the proper understanding of life, we need not to stop those aspirations, but then we should not become greedy behind those aspirations. Rather, our goal should be, I want to become a devotee. I want to become a Vaishnava. And then let me settle my material needs as much as possible and at the earliest, so that then I can completely dedicate myself for the service of the Lord. Human life is perfected. So many lifetimes we have become engineer, doctors, isn't it? This life, before that, before that, before that. Now we got a chance to come to the devotees, to learn about Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, develop relationship with the Lord. So we don't want to lose the chance. Intelligent man, he will always focus, how can I have this earning of my life, or this is my earning, true earning. Correct, no? So that's why we have to mold our life. So regularly, at least at this stage, as all of we are students, we should, along with our academics, we have to plan some time in a day to chant our rounds, to come with the devotees and learn and hear about Krishna consciousness, do our sadhana, whatever little. So these things will build up. Like as how you build up your academics from a junior KG, senior KG, went to the standards, intermediate, and then now going to engineer, doctors, whatever. Like that, Krishna consciousness also should go on building up. So when one becomes a Vaishnava, he is completely engaged in the welfare activities for all living entities. The highest welfare activity for living entity is the preaching of Krishna consciousness. It is stated herein that those who are specifically favored by the Lord can become absolutely Krishna conscious and be engaged in the work of preaching the Vaishnava philosophy. So beautifully Prabhupada is concluding. So especially where with the Prabhupada's followers, so ours is a mission, not just to remain in our own home and practice nicely and clap hands and done. No, that is needed, but beyond that we have to, as Prabhupada showed from his own life, we have to also step up and then share as much as possible as per our conviction and Shakti. Yatha Shakti, we can share Krishna consciousness with the people around. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 51st chapter of Krishna, the deliverance of Muchukunda. Let's go to the chapter 52, Krishna, the Ranachor. What is the meaning of the word Ranachor? Anybody know?
Prabhuji, one who left the battlefield, Prabhu.
Rana means the battle, okay. What is the meaning Ranachor means?
Prabhuji, Krishna,
The
the Lord who left the battlefield for killing Kalyavana.
Okay. Kalyavana got killed, Prabhu, in chapter 51 only. Yeah, but there also Krishna left the battlefield. But now here something else is there. Here also Krishna leaves the battlefield. But some more reason also, correct. So this is a very famous and interesting thing if you observe. Na? Is it recommended for a Kshatriya to leave the battlefield?
No, Prabhu.
What is the proof? What is a example? What is a statement about? What is the incident about this? Kshatriya is not recommended to leave the battlefield. Otherwise, Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, you are a Kshatriya, and if you think that, oh, I don't want to fight, I don't want kingdom, I'll better go away. People will laugh upon you. They will call you as a coward. Yuddhe chapi palayanam. You should not run away from the battlefield. In only two things should happen when you go for the fight. Either kill the enemies and come back in a glorious way, or otherwise die in the battlefield in a heroic way. Don't come and show your back and come back. So Prabhupada used to say in a traditional time, in the ancient time, when a Kshatriya, if he comes back to the kingdom, their wives will ask, have you won over the enemies? And if they say, no, I just came back, ran away. So then they will only throw them out of the palace. They'll not allow because he's a coward, right? But interesting thing, what you observe here, why I said that point, then you'll appreciate this point. Anybody?
Because Krishna left the battlefield.
That is half answer. More, complete that. Krishna left the battlefield, but
The policy in these policies are of Krishna only, so Krishna can break it.
Okay. Okay, Krishna has set the policy that he can break it. Okay, something more. So Krishna's acts are so divine, right? So amazing. Although as per the norm, nobody is supposed to leave the battle, but even if he broke that law, he became the glorious. So today you go to Gujarat, Rajasthan, there Krishna is known as Ranachor Krishna. There is a temple, Ranachor, because this happened in the Dwarka, that area. Krishna did a Makhan Chor. Krishna stole the Makhan. Anybody knows what else Krishna stole? Ranachor, Makhan Chor, and anything else which is not appreciable in the human society.
The garments of the gopis.
Krishna stole Vastraharan. Krishna stole the garments of the gopis. It's so abominable, right? But because Krishna is a supreme Lord, when Krishna does that act, it is glorified. People say, oh, Krishna danced with the gopis, Krishna danced with the young girls, I will also dance. Then you will become fooled. Prabhupada says it is not Ras Lila, it will be Rascal Lila. It's a foolishness. People will throw you, people will beat you. But Krishna does, it is still glorified in the pages of Bhagavatam and it has been worshipped as highest. Yeah, Krishna steals the heart of the devotees also. Yeah, that's also correct. So Krishna is known for his glorious act. So let's read this chapter. We'll appreciate how Krishna is such amazing. Chapter 52, Krishna the Ranchod. When Muchukunda, the celebrated descendant of the Ikshvaku dynasty, was favored by Lord Krishna, he circumambulated the Lord within the cave and then came out. So please pay attention. At the end, we'll be having an exit question, so that we'll see how many of you are attentive in here. On coming out of the cave, Muchukunda saw that the human species had surprisingly been reduced to a stature of a pygmy size. Similarly, the trees had also been far reduced in size. Muchukunda could immediately understand that the current age was Kali Yuga. Therefore, without diverting his attention, he began to travel to north. Eventually, he reached the mountain known as Gandamadana, where there were many trees such as sandalwood and other flowering trees whose fragrance made anyone who reached them joyful. He decided to remain in that Gandamadana mountain region to execute austerities and penance for the rest of his life. It appears that this place is situated in the northernmost part of the Himalaya mountains, where the abode of Naranarayan is situated. This place is still existing and is called Badarikashrama. In Badarikashrama, he engaged himself in the worship of Lord Krishna, tolerating all kinds of pains and pleasures and the other dualities of this material world. So this is the end of the Muchukunda. What happened with Krishna after delivering Muchukunda? When he comes back, Kalyavana is burnt, but then some other enemies are waiting there. What happened with that? That we'll see in our tomorrow's reading. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So our today's exit question is, what Prabhupada said, the highest activity, highest welfare activity for a humanity is what? Who remember? Raise your hands or write the answer in chat. You have to write the answers. Yeah. Hand raise and write the answer in chat. Prabhupada said in our today's reading we saw, this is exit point, exit question for you. What is the highest welfare activity for humanity? Okay, correct. Shubham wrote correct. Others' hands are raised, but responses are not come. Quick. Yeah, okay, yes. Manuvik Prabhu, what is the answer? Yeah, Jasit Prabhu, you are also correct. Manuvik Prabhu, what is the answer? Your hand is raised. You are muted. You are saying something. Yeah. Giving away all material pleasures? No, not that. That Krishna appreciated for Muchukunda. I'll just show you quickly and then we'll end. The highest welfare activities to preach Krishna consciousness. See, the highest welfare activity for living entities, the preaching of Krishna consciousness. Right? Many people think social service, right? We should do some Manav Seva. So what is that highest Manav Seva? Preaching of Krishna consciousness. So if you want to do some welfare activity, preach Krishna consciousness. Thank you all very much for joining and having all of your active association. Let us end with the Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.